So the first thing that we'll be looking at is a rectangular solid. It has 6 rectangular faces called as faces as shown in the figure. So what you have here is it has 6 rectangular surfaces known as faces. Adjacent faces are perpendicular to each other. So adjacent faces, whatever you'll have, will be perpendicular to each other. Each line segment, that is the intersection of 2 faces, is known as an edge. And each point at which the edges intersect is known as vertex. Therefore, in here, if you count, there will be 12 edges and 8 vertices. So, a rectangular solid which has 6 faces, all the faces perpendicular to each other, forming 12 edges and 8 vertices, forms a rectangular solid which is also known as cuboid. The dimensions of rectangular solid are length, width and height. Now, if I calculate the volume of such a rectangular solid, that will be given by L into B into H. So height into width into the length would give me the volume of a rectangular solid. The surface area of a rectangular solid is the sum of areas of all the 6 faces and would be given by twice LB plus BH plus HL. So this is the sum of all the rectangular faces. That is giving me the total surface area. The lateral or the curved surface area is the area of the 4 walls only. So if I do not take the area of the base and the top, what I will be left with is the area of the 4 walls, which will be LH plus HB done twice. So if I just subtract LB from here, what I am left with is the lateral surface area. There will be face diagonals and body diagonals. There are 12 face diagonals, 4 of each type, and there are 4 body diagonals. The length of all of the 4 diagonals are equal. The length of the body diagonal is given by under root of L square plus B square plus H square. So body diagonal is from here till here. This vertex joined with this. So this is what a body diagonal is. And face diagonal on each face, if you join the opposite vertex, you will get a diagonal. Now, the length of the face diagonal will depend upon which face are you looking at. So it will be given by Pythagoras formula, and it will be under root of L square plus B square if you are looking at top and the base. It will be under root of B square plus H square if you are looking at one of the vertical faces, and it will be L square plus H square if you look at the other vertical face. So this is the thing that you need to remember so as to solve the question related to cuboid. Now, if in a rectangular solid, all the 6 faces become equal, that becomes a case of a cube. So a rectangular solid having 6 square faces perpendicular to each other. So length is equal to width is equal to height, and all of them are given by A, which represents the edge length. Now in such a case, I will be just replacing the things and I will be getting the formulas as A cube. The total surface area is given by 6 times the area of one face, which is A square, 6A square, 4 times the area of one face, which is A square, giving me an answer of 4A square. The length of all the 4 body diagonals is given by root 3A, and the length of all the 12 face diagonals is given by root 2A. The length of each face diagonal is root 2A, the length of each body diagonal is root 3A. Let's look at an example related to cuboid. In a rectangular solid depicted below, HI is 5, IJ is 12 and JK is 3. So you have length, width and height. The area of rectangle HGKJ. So what I'm looking at is the area of this thing. It's like a sliding surface that you can look at. Now if I look here, HJ is the diagonal of the front face, or I will call it as the face diagonal. The length of HJ would be given by under root of 12 square plus 5 square, which is root of 169, giving me 13 as my answer. So HJ is 13. Now if you look from a side, this will look like a rectangle to you. HJ is 13, JK is 3. So the area of this surface would be length into width, or which is given as 13 into 3, giving me 39 as my answer. Let's look at another question. The question is, if the width, depth and the length of a rectangular box were each decreased by 50%, then how much percent would the volume of the box decrease? Now, in these cases, it is always easier for me to assume the values and start with the question. So I'll assume the length, the width and the height, all of them to be equal to 10. So what will be the volume initially? A cube or 10 cube, which is given by 1000. Now the new length has been reduced by 50%, so that means it is 5. The new width is also reduced by 50%, the new height is also reduced by 50%. So the new volume will be length into width into height. So the new ones, which will give me 5 cube 125 as my answer. So from an initial value of 1000, I've come to a final value of 125. So the percentage drop would be given by final value minus initial value over initial value into 100. I know it's a decrease, so the answer would be negative. So 125 minus 1000, which is 875 over 1000 into 100, giving me 87.5% as my answer. Moving to another example. If a cube has the same volume as the surface area. Now it's not saying total surface area, it's only saying surface area. So what is the volume of a cube? A cube is equal to its surface area. So 4a square. Then the length of each side is, when it is possible. Just look at it. Now when you have this question, what is given to the surface area? The only doubt that you have is whether it is total surface area or it is lateral surface. If nothing is mentioned, I will take it as total surface area. So I'll write a cube as 6a square, or I'll write a as 6. The length of each side that I get is 6, giving option number D as my answer. So what I have is a cube is 6a square. I can cancel a square, giving me a is equal to 6. Okay, let's move ahead and let's look at a circular cylinder. A circular cylinder consists of two bases that are congruent circles and a lateral surface made up of all the line segments then join all the points on the two circles, and that are parallel to the line segment joining the centers of the two circles. This line segment, which is joining the centers of the two circles, is known as the axis of the cylinder. A right circular cylinder is a circular cylinder whose axis is perpendicular to the base. So if the axis is perpendicular to the base, such kind of cylinder is known as right circular cylinder. And for our purposes, we'll be only talking about right circular cylinders. So the two things that you need to understand is the radius and the height. So if the two things are given to you, you can find out the areas and the volume related to cylinder. So if I have to find out the volume, it will be given by pi r squared h. Now in here, h is the height of the circular cylinder with a base radius of r. So this gives you the volume. The surface area, I'm talking about the total surface area. In general, surface area means the total surface area of a right circular cylinder is the sum of its areas of the two bases and the lateral surface area. So the lateral surface area is given by 2 pi RH plus 2 times the area of the base and the top. So I have area of the base and the top as pi r square, double of it added to the lateral surface area, giving me as my answer for the total surface area or just the surface area. Let's look at the question. A cylindrical block of cement fits perfectly in a rectangular container with a dimension 2 yards by 2 yards by 10 yards as illustrated. So it's a rectangular container. This is 2, this is 2, and this is 10. And it fits perfectly. It will only fit perfectly if the diameter of this cylinder is equal to the side of the cylindrical block. So that means the diameter of the cylinder becomes equal to 2. Or I would say the radius is equal to 1. Find how much of the liquid could fit in the empty space of the container. So I have to find out the volume of the empty space of the container. That will be given by the volume of the rectangular block minus the volume of the cylinder. So volume of the rectangle is given by length into width into height. So this will be 400 minus. I can easily see my answer. Volume of cylinder is given by pi r square. Now the radius of the cylinder is 1 square. The height of the cylinder is equal to the height of the rectangular blocks, giving me 400 minus 10 pi as my answer. Let's talk the case about the circular cone. This is how a circular cone looks like. A circular cone consists of one base circle and a lateral surface made of all the inclined line segments from the base at one common point called the vertex. So this is the common point called as the vertex. So there are three things that I need to know. One is the radius of the base. Second is the height, and I'm talking about the perpendicular height of the cone and the slant height. Now the slant height of the cone is given by Pythagoras theorem and will be equal to under root of h square plus L square. Talking about the volume of cone, it is given by 1 by 3 pi r square h. Pi r square h is the volume of the cylinder. Multiply it with a fraction of 1 by 3, I'll get the volume of the cone. The total surface area of the cone is given by the area of the base, which is a circle, plus the lateral surface area. So the lateral surface area of a cone is given by pi r L. And in lateral surface area, I'm using the slant height, not the perpendicular height. I'm using the perpendicular height when I'm finding out the volume, and I'm using the slant height when I'm calculating the lateral surface area or the total surface area. Similarly, if I talk about a case of sphere, a sphere is collection of all the points in space which are at fixed distance from the center in the space. So all the points on this are at a fixed distance from the center, and that fixed distance will be known as the radius. So the only thing that I need to understand when I'm talking about a sphere is radius. And the volume of a sphere is given by 4 by 3 pi r square. 4 by 3 pi r square. The lateral surface area or the curved surface area is equal to the total surface area in case of a sphere, since there is no top and no bottom. So whatever is the lateral surface area, same becomes the total surface area and is given by 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square is the total surface area and 4 by 3 pi r cube represents the volume of a sphere.